Hey gang, we're Dax and I are down in the beautiful state of Colorado with great friends of ours, Gregory and Gail Hogue. They are the creators of these magic things that you all know of that we play with in the Lamasery. And the three of us have been collaborating and chatting and having great discussions over the past few days. And we wanted to share some stuff with you specifically regarding the metaforms and our quest for connection. I cannot speak more highly of Gregory and Gail, and I wanted you to meet them firsthand. And I want to sort of impress upon you the import of some of their offerings.
Thank you.
There we are.
Here we all are. And anyway, it's wonderful to be here with you, and we've been sharing so much and really discovering a lot during the last day or so that we've been sharing. And so you had some questions you said you wanted us to deal with, to share with your students what's going on with some of these tools, and if we could explain them a little more clearly. And so let's just jump right into it with some of your questions.
We've experienced in the past few days, we've experienced quite the serendipity. We have the library in the Lamasery, as you know, is full of stuff, and wandering through Gail and Gregory's library, there's lots of similar books. Dax feels at home right now and clearly needed to be in my arms when we were doing this stuff. As we've prepared our physical bodies through the fasting, as we are preparing our emotional bodies through the use of the violet flame invocation, and as we are preparing our spiritual bodies, one of the things that Gregory and Gail have been directed to do is facilitate a connection to the higher realms. And this has been their lifelong quest. They've been at it for a long time. And so this is a very simple piece in our toolbox, if you will, for retooling the world, that we connect to the higher realms. And we've been having such brilliant conversations that we wanted to put this on film for you. So first question right out of the gate is, we talk about these and we pass them around the Lamasery as increasing our connectivity, but I want both, or one or the other, just to chat about connectivity and how important it is in our quest.
Hi, it's great to be with you. We've been working with sacred geometry technology for over 33 years, and we've gone through all kinds of iterations. When it comes down to it, the purpose of working with these geometries is because they are, in effect, antenna that support us in being able to connect to those higher aspects of who we are, and to that level of consciousness that so many of us really want to achieve. So a number of years ago, there was a whole new batch of work that started to come through, and we work with guidance very intuitively. I have worked for many years as both a healer and a channel and all kinds of other things as well. And we learned that there was some technology that first became the Eye Connect, and then the Heart Companions and the Advanced Eye Connect, that specifically is for the purpose of those higher connections. And so then we were on a quest to find what geometries best serve as antennas so that these tools can be available and support you for those higher connections on a regular basis, not just when you go into meditation, but in everyday walkabout life.
It's brilliant.
Thank you. It is like taking meditation where you go very, very deep and then holding that space around you constantly so that you can start to interface with the fourth dimension, with the fifth dimension, all the way up to soul dimension, because we are beings that exist only partially here in the third dimension. The majority of who we are, just like the majority of an iceberg is hidden underwater, the majority of who we are exists on these higher dimensional levels. And this time in creation is a very special time. I know that Jeff is drawn to incarnate at this time, as we have been, and many of you, all of us, are here recognizing that there is something very special to do for not only ourselves, but for the good of all, for the good of humanity at large. And that is, we are moving into these higher realms of higher vibrational frequencies. And so what we need to do is raise our frequency levels. And that's what these tools do, like the Heart Companion, which has two sides, so that one side is more for grounding, the other side is for taking you higher into the mental and what you're working with there. But bottom line, it's a tool that holds that field of vibration around you all the time. So when I muscle test people, I find that even negative thoughts don't pull them out, or the EMFs from the lighting, or from our cell phones, or from computers, all the toxins in the environment. All these are things that lower our vibration, that separate us from who we truly are. And these are tools that keep us in that higher vibrational field, so we can start transforming not only our lives, but the lives of all those we start to interact with.
That's great. Now, if you remember, in the pursuit of retooling for our coming of age, retooling the world, we create opportunities, and we create items, and we create helpful tools to contribute to our evolutionary process. Now, during this time, as you all remember, the law of acceleration is speeding things up quite dramatically. Now, those of you who participated in the fast last, we've actually augmented the fast, and one of the things that the three of us have been discussing these past few days has been, how is it that we can augment the evolutionary process that we're going through. Now, as you all know, we're going through a bit of a shitstorm right now, but in this realm of duality we're in, for all the dark stuff that's going on, there's a whole bunch of brilliant light stuff that's going on. And all of you are, as we have spoken of often, that you are light bearers, bringing in this next age, this next era. And these are tools and instruments by which we think, we know, not even think, that are contributory to this journey.
Well, I'll start off this conversation, thank you, because this is really what we all signed up for. And when I assess what's going on, over and over, what I come back to is that the way that we can really do our work and we can really make an impact on this realm is through consciousness, evolving our personal consciousness and supporting other people to evolve their consciousness. And what I mean by that is it's actually multifold. To begin with, it's most important to get out of just that place of our brains, of our head, and instead move into the range of our heart. The heart is truly where that wisdom lies. And as we are able to apply that heart wisdom, our consciousness begins to embrace what's going on around us in a different way. Rather than reacting to things, we find that we are co-creators. We are divine co-creators. And it's extremely important that we take each step as a conscious step of what we add into this field. And this is a vibrational field. Everything is energy. And so part of our work is in developing tools that bring in a resonance that supports people. Because it's very difficult to hold a field of love and compassion and joy and acceptance and all of those wonderful things when we feel we are in a very disjointed field. So putting our focus back to what we can create and knowing that we are powerful co-creators, and then bringing ourselves into resonance with tools that support a field that elevates us, that expands us, that connects us, that makes a huge, huge difference. And that's the way we live, that's what we teach, and that's what we create with the products that we develop and that we bring out to the world